Stop spraying air freshener at me, will you?
Ryan! Ryan!
You shouldn't be allowed in buildings with human beings. You should be in a field chewing grass. Oh!
Fabia, you're walking in your sleep again. I'm warning you, it'll have to be the face slapping. Oh, very well. Ow! Oh, Charles, was I doing it again?
You were having that dream again.
Oh, Maggie, it was horrible. I dreamt I had to spend every day of my working life with me snotty cousin Fabia. It's not a dream, though, is it?
Ryan, give over. Get a grip. It's only one more day.
Well, Henry, here I am again, speaking to you on video from my sanctuary. Since, as you know, I don't mingle with the hoi polloi, which I have to say, Henry, includes you. Anyway, look at this great pile of post. Including a letter from you, Henry, reminding me that tomorrow it is a year to the very day since my dear nephew and my darling niece, known to you as Brian and Fabia, and known to me as Hell's Angels, set up in business together, according to my instructions. A whole year has come to pass, 12 months, 365 days. Can it be true, I ask myself? And what do I answer myself? Yea, verily, it is true. Now, Henry, you said they wouldn't last a week, didn't you? Yes, you did. Don't argue, because I remember hearing you. But I said they would last, and they did.
Morning. Right, I call this directors' meeting to order.
Here, here.
Item 1, ordinary business.
Yep, all right.
No business.
Just a minute.
Item 2, any other business?
Yeah,
no
what?
other business.
Yeah, but...
Therefore, I declare this meeting closed.
Hey, now listen, can I get a word in edgeways? What I want to know is how come your name comes first on here?
You have asked me that question every day for the past year, you pathetic penine poltroon. And every day I have explained. Alphabetical order. L comes before O. Pearls before swine.
Are you calling me a swine?
On the contrary, only yesterday it was Charles who said you weren't fit to live with pigs, and I sprang to your defence. I said, in my opinion, you were.
Oh, knickers.
Yes, they may be pests, but they are persistent pests. In fact, they are persevering persistent pests. Could you say that, Henry? Ah, bet you couldn't. Not without dribbling.
Now listen, Morticia. It's not you that's had to put up with me. It's me that's had to put up with you. And I'll tell you something else while I'm here. It's only my hard graft and my brains that's kept this business going.
Brains. I have studied you for 12 long months, and it is my total conviction that if human beings were dominoes, you would be a double blank.
Oh, aye? Well, that's rich, isn't it? Coming from you. Somebody as daren't go near a cattle show to fear they would eat first prize.
Now, listen carefully. If they last out, they get their prize, £1 million. Now, you keep your eye on them, the good one. We want no backsliding or front sliding, come to that.
Mrs. Cleethorpe, if I'm wanted urgently, I shall be down at the Gnome Works. And if I catch those two out,
Uncle Bob's million goes back where it belongs, the bank. Today, I'll test them. Oh, yes. And I'll take them a little surprise, too.
Right then, eyes down, look in. It's our latest model, this. Grumpy the Goblin.
What are you doing a new model for? We're packing it all in tomorrow.
That's clever bit, isn't it? We've got to show 'em we're dead keen right up to end. Now look, dead easy this, you're watching. It's dab on the nose, stab in the rod, and hook on the fish. Dead easy.
Oh, the shame, the torment. A woman of my refinement forced to cohabit with plaster elves. Concrete pixies.
Bear up, old girl. Only one more day.
Hook in the nose and stab in the fish.
No, slap the fish, rod up his nose.
Now listen, you
Get
bam
over
pot, will you?
shouting at the kids. They're doing their best.
I know, I can see that. Seeing as how you got your mum's looks, you should have had my brains, but you were unlucky there and all, weren't you?
Contact with these gnomes has bruised my spirit.
Actually, no, I should rather miss the gnomes. Do you think we might have one for our own garden? Sort of memento?
A gnome in my garden? Out of the question. I'd rather have greenfly.
Don't see why Vicky and me have got to work here anyway. Because Mr. Earwith's going to be snooping around.
Ah, trying to do me out of Uncle Bob's millions.
And we want to make a good impression.
One big happy family.
2 big happy families.
Oh, I forgot 2 big happy families. Them jumped up toffee nose southern gits as well as us.
Well, me and Nathan shouldn't have to work.
Yeah, we do enough work at school.
Well, this is where you come to do your gnome work. Gnome work. Oh, forget it. Come on, get on with it. Remember, it's nose, rod, fish. Dab, stab, hook. You can't go wrong. Mother's dabbing, Nathan's stabbing, Vicky's hooking.
What are you going to be doing?
Don't worry about me. I shall be working. I'll be at stock room perfecting my new prototype. The Wicked Witch of the South.
Stab. Hook. Stab. Ah, stab. Stab. You see? Stab. Stab.
And we've had to show herewith that in the past year, we've become truly friendly with the Oldfields. Really cemented relations.
Yes, well, if I'd had my way, they'd be cemented under the foundations of a motorway bridge.
Well, I think Nathan's all right, really.
Well, I think Vicky's very nice.
Yes, I don't think they're so bad. Maggie Oldfield's a very good-hearted woman.
You can't be serious. You are referring to the appendages of that dreadful Oldfield oik. I see. You're practicing pretending you like them for when that little creep Herewith sidles in.
Good morning, Mrs. London.
Oh, Mr. Herewith, how charming. We were just talking about you, saying how much we valued your visit.
Yes, I thought I caught my name. I have a surprise for you.
The money. Splendid.
No, the money tomorrow, Mrs. London. If I can honestly report to your Uncle Bob that you and your cousin have buried the hatchet and made a success of this joint enterprise.
Oh, well, of course. Just look around you. Gnomes to the left of you, gnomes to the right of you.
Gnomes, yes. Any news of sales?
Well, frankly, slow. But steady. Very, very steady.
Frankly slow, you say. I say frankly disastrous. Frankly, you've got to do more than churn out these blessed gnomes. You've got to sell the things. And judging by your sales figures, I'm afraid I may have to advise your uncle to withhold his million.
You can't do that.
That'd be my duty, my painful duty, to advise your uncle that he'd simply be throwing good money after bad.
Of all the malicious, spiteful, vindictive acts of human treachery that history has recorded, that takes the biscuit.
Oh, come.
Steady I go.
I'd only be too happy to inform Uncle Bob of booming sales or even exports. And to demonstrate my good faith, I've even brought you some potential customers. This way, gentlemen, please. All the way from Tokyo. Mr. Mitabushi, Mr. Toshiba, and Mr. Datsun Toyota.
We have gnomes fishing and wishing, drinking and thinking, smoking, joking, sleeping, weeping. And here we have our 3-in-a-bed speciality, tough, fluff, and a little bit rough.
Not exactly over the moon, Mrs. London.
Well, we have one shot left in our locker. Gentlemen, may I present you with our pop-singing pixie? We call this one the Elves Presley.
I say, let's see what's actually on the production line.
Down.
Stab. Hook.
Down. Oh, we here in Britain are still behind you Japanese, not yet using robots, I'm afraid, but these people from the northern reaches of our island are the very next best thing. Down.
No appeal, I fancy. I'm afraid I shall have to report to Uncle Bob complete failure.
I say, Mr. Oldfield was working on a new model the other day.
He was ever so pleased with it. Kept rubbing his hands and taught me.
Yes, it's probably through here in the stockroom.
This way, gentlemen, please.
Who is?
I say, rather good. He certainly caught you, dear.
Caught me? Charles caught me? What on earth are you talking about?
This gnome is very like you.
Like me, Charles? Don't be ludicrous. That's an evil, malevolent old witch. You know, sometimes I think my family is completely mad.
Mrs. London, I'm afraid they're not very keen. Uncle Bob's going to be very disappointed, I'm afraid. Wait a minute. Just a moment. Hey, what is it, gentlemen? Oh, arigato, Mrs. London. Mrs. London, they want to order 1,000.
1,000?
Yes, yes, and life-size, too.
I will go to the bank and get the cash forthwith. Cash? I hear you exhale. Oh, surely not. Surely yes. Hornbeam. Hornbeam. Oh, where is the fool? But don't stand there bowing and scraping, because you will be curtsying next. Now, I know you're only a butler, so buttle off and get the car, would you?
With the greatest pleasure, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We have to go.
Yeah, aren't you eating that sausage?
Yes, I am.
Ah, well, you should have said.
I did.
Not quick enough, son. Got to have your wits about you in this world, you know.
You stealing that lad's grub again?
No, I'm not. I'm helping him. I'm teaching him. Listen, sunshine, you've got to have your wits about you in this world. People don't give a damn. They'll have your sausage off your plate without a qualm.
Just like at home.
Now, let's take a look at you. I want you soigné, well-groomed, poised. We want Uncle Bob to be able to distinguish you from the oiks, don't we? Now, Polly, a little spontaneous moment, I think, from you, Polly. When Uncle Bob comes into the room, I want you to run towards him and say, Uncle Bob, how lovely to see you.
Oh, no.
And then you must say, Mummy's always saying what a lovely man you are.
You're always saying it's a stupid old man with more money than sense.
Yes, well, dear, in a man more money than sense is a lovely combination.
Ready?
Oh, Charles, you wore that suit yesterday.
Well, yes, dear, as far as I'm concerned, today's a normal working day. Want to get on with the Japanese order.
Charles, there is only one reason for visiting that dreadful factory today. I am going to be given £500,000.
But is this wise, sir?
Tut, tut, tut.
But, sir.
Stop butting, Hornbeam. You are not a goat.
But £1 million, sir.
Will you stop fretting? Stop fretting. You'll make yourself poorly.
But in cash, sir, in these lawless times.
I shall not be flaunting it in public, will I? Give me a tittle of credit. I shall be taking certain precautions.
Now listen, from now on, you kids are going to have to keep your chairs at home. From now on, you're not going to be able to trust anybody.
Why not?
Because they'll be using you to get at my money. That's why not. You're going to be a heiress, Vicky. With me having a lot of money, you're going to be having all sorts of lads chasing after you.
Great. I fancy that.
So don't worry, I'm going to protect you from all that, because I'm going to cut you out of my will. That way, any lad who's daft enough to ask you to marry him, you'll know he's sincere, won't you? Daft, but sincere.
Listen, you haven't got your Uncle Bob's money yet.
Ah, but I will, I won't, because he promised.
You said you can't trust anyone in this world, Dad.
That's right, son. See, he's not as thick as them teachers make out to be.
How can we trust Uncle Bob, then?
Are you sure you're going to get it?
Well, of course, Uncle Bob gave me his word.
Yes, but you can't depend on him, can you? I mean, last time he pretended he was dead, didn't he? And he was alive all the time.
He might not really have £1 million. Even if he had, he might not give any of it to you.
Upstairs! Upstairs this minute and wash your mouth out with soap and water!
He actually said it's only money. Yes, £1 million in cash. Right. Yes, I'll keep you informed every step of the way. He's coming out of the bank. I have to ring off.
Here you are.
Yes, this little piggy has been to market, Hornbeam. Now you are privy to what I mean by taking certain precautions. You wouldn't believe there's 1 million smackers in here, would you, Hornby? Would you? No, not on your Nelly you wouldn't.
I say, Pa, there's a lorry here to collect a load of gnomes for Balmoral, Windsor and Sandringham.
Right, they can start loading.
Okay.
Trust those orgs to be late. Those people live in a different time zone. What do you think you're doing?
Just touching up this gnome.
Oh, Charles, you're so disloyal.
Fabia, I like working here. It's artistic. It's creative.
It's pathetic. Get that gnome out of my sight.
Very well, dear.
Hornbeam! For goodness sake, get a grip on your facilities. You're wobbling the car. Doesn't matter about me being car sick, but we don't want the pig bringing up the family fortune, do we?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Yes, it is a wonderful morning, because today we can say goodbye to you.
Well, I hope it won't be goodbye exactly.
Oh, no, indeed. No, our two families must continue to see something of each other. I hope. Well, I shall miss the kiddies.
Charles, I wish you'd stop this crawling. How can you say you'd miss the kiddies, as you call them? That boy, for instance, is so ill-mannered.
Nathan, ill-mannered. I'll have you know he's had me to set him an example.
Exactly.
Oh, look, if there's going to be any unpleasantness, I shall go and help Julian in dispatch.
I'll come with you. Leave him to it, I say.
Yeah. Come on, scumbag.
Listen, now, Nathan's not thick. You can say what you like. Not like that namby-pamby lad of yours, your Julian. He can pick his nose in without an instruction book.
At least he can read the instruction book.
Yeah, and your cow slip. You little cow slip. Hello, Mr. Herewith. I was just saying to our Fabia here, bless her, she puts me in mind of a flower.
A rose by any other name.
Aye. There's a spadeful of manure on her head.
Mr. Haworth, where is Uncle Bob? Isn't he with you?
Well, I expect him here at any minute now.
What, with the money?
With the money. I understand he's bringing it in cash, £50 notes to be precise.
Cash. £50 notes. Oh, you have a wonderful way with words, Mr. Haworth. Literature lost a great poet when you opted for the legal profession.
Carried, I understand, in a large pot pig.
Oh, in a pot pig.
Oh. I shall return. You may tarry, and make sure you're still tarrying when I get back. Hmm?
You take milk, don't you, Mr. Haworth?
Yes, thank you.
There we are. I'll give it to us in a minute. Uncle Bob! Uncle Bob!
Oh, he's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow.
Now let me give you a hand with this heavy pig.
No, allow me to take a shot.
Desist. Stand back. Let the pig see the bucket. Now, where? Ah, yes. I'll place him over here. There we are. Now, you may be riveted to know I call him Pavarotti. Pavarotti. Yes, because he's big enough to hold a lot of tenors. Please yourselves.
He's here. Yes, with the money.
Thank you, Fabia. Most kind. Right, herewith. I'm ready to hear your report.
Very good. Whereas in the course of the past year, your nephew Brian and your niece Fabia have, on your instructions, entered into a commercial partnership, viz. And to wit, the Bob's Your Uncle Garden Gnome Centre and We Folks Emporium, and inasmuch as the...
In there.
Then what are we waiting for? You two, bring the doings.
In cognizance thereof, the accounts of the aforesaid company are as summarised heretofore. Notwithstanding...
Oh, herewith. Will you never peter out? Jettison thy jargon. Now, all I want to know is, have they been nice to each other or unnice to each other?
Well, I have reason to suspect clandestine disharmony.
Oh, don't say there's been fisticuffs.
No, not as such.
Well, I don't suppose they'll be coming in nicer, but still, they pretended to be nicer, and that's half the battle. Worse than the other half of the battle, which is, to summarise, a punch-up. So, you shall have the money.
Stop! This time, Robert, you have gone too far.
Oh, no.
Who's that?
My sister Fanny.
I didn't know you had a sister.
I'm afraid so. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Fanny, buzz off. You were always trying to spoil my fun, even when we were toddlers.
You cannot give away £1 million.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
It's my money.
It's his money.
Oh, we'll soon see about that. Now then, Robert, this is for your own good.
Oh.
I have found a very nice place. Padded throughout.
What?
Yes, Robert, I am going to have you put away.
You must be mad.
No, I'm not. But you are. Mad as a hatter. Anyone who wants to give £1 million away is mad by definition. Hornbeam, forward.
Oh, don't say you're in collusion with this old bag. Ingratitude. Thy name is Hornbeam.
Don't you dare touch him. He is as sane as the next man.
Which happens to be me.
Uncle Bob, get on the conveyor belt. Now press the button.
Run your account. Hornbeam! Robert, come out at once. It's no use hiding in here.
Take Uncle Bob. By all means, but let us keep the pig.
Yeah, we'll give it a very good home.
All right, where is he?
Who?
You know who. He must be here somewhere.
Do you mean Uncle Bob?
Of course I do. Look, do you mind not standing with the other gnomes or confusing the search party?
What's in there?
Nothing.
Out of my way! Robert, come back at once, Robert! Come back, you must think I'm mad! I do, and you are!
How dare you? How very, very dare you?
Robert, come back! Come back and be locked away like a man!
Not on your Nelly. Bye-bye. In fact, bye-bye, ever so bye. Have a good day.